I'm on God time, what you want, huh? I'm on God time, what you want, huh? I'm on God time, what you want, huh? What you want, huh? I'm on God time, what you want, huh? What you want, huh? I'm on God time, what you want, huh? God time, we don't never waste. We don't never waste.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Rocky Top Sports Talk. This is your boy, Coach Rice. Hey, on tonight's live stream, we're going to be doing several things, talking about early parts of fall camp. We also going to be talking about a little recruiting. I know we had a couple gets, and some athletes over the last couple weeks. So we'll break that down. Big show. Looking forward to having several of you on. I know we'll add as the link gets out. Um, uh, Hoping to have some guys on. I know last time me and Joey just kind of fed off of some guys in the chat, but let's bring Joey on. We're also going to talk about William Inge a little bit and some Chad Simmons talk. And so let's get Joey on. Let's have a good show. What's up, Joey?
What's going on, Coach?
Oh, not much. Just yeah, it's been a busy week, man. I've had in service. Had our jamboree today, or one of our first jamboree. We actually got two jamborees. We had one and did some good things there. Definitely still got some stuff to improve, but first jamboree, you expect those things you got to improve on, those early mistakes like penalties and things like that. So, what's your early thoughts on fall camp, bro?
I'm liking most of what I'm seeing. Of course, that somebody posted a video today of Aguilar throwing some passes that some guys dropped. So
Yeah,
that's not what you want to see, obviously.
no,
But Aguilar was on target, so I do like that.
yeah,
Liking what I'm hearing from some of the coaches and their interviews, their post practice interviews. Uh, just man, the first game can't get here quick enough.
no doubt, no doubt. Yeah, I'm pumped. I'm ready. I'm ready for August 30th, and it's that time of year where every time you're updating, I'm updating my YouTube page. So someone posts something, or Twitter. What it could be Twitter.
Right.
Post something. I want to see someone talking about Tennessee football, and uh,
Absolutely.
I know we haven't been able to post videos the last couple of days, but life is busy. We told y'all from the get go. This time of year, it's just busy. We're going to get content out as much as we can, but I know I've been looking forward to this live stream talking about fall camp
Yeah.
and recruiting. So yeah, I'm with you, Joey. I thought the videos that we've seen early on, I thought the QBs have shown some promise.
Absolutely.
I thought Joey Aguilar, after that first day, he kind of settled in and has looked better.
Yep.
Um, I agree that video today of those couple of those drops were eating me up, but
Yeah, mind-boggling.
hopefully I could get that timing now and get better. Through fall camp. It don't matter if you're a junior high team or an NFL team. Those first couple of days, you gotta get that timing down. You gotta get
Oh,
your
yeah.
chemistry down. And get the jitters out. No matter an NFL player will tell you they're nervous going. You're not normal if you don't have nerves going into the first couple games. So
Right.
um,
Absolutely.
yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of promise there, and it's like Casey said. I know how he follows me, and we talk all the time on Twitter. Aguilar looked to be a little off target in the throws to Matthews and Staley, in my opinion. Yeah, but the thing is, they were catchable balls. They're
They were.
SEC 5-star, high 4-star athletes. If it's like I said, if it hits them in the hands, they got to catch it. I mean,
Yeah. That's the rule.
that's the rule. I mean, I don't know about you, Joey, but when we were down there in junior high and high school, if the ball hit you in the hands, you were expected to catch it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I've heard that my whole
I'm
life.
thinking I'm thinking all that get taken care of. More and more reps they get, the more that they get balls thrown to from Aguilar and even Merklinger and G-Mac. I mean, it's just natural early part of fall camp. But before we dive into what we've seen early and from some of the VolQuest guys and, talking about what they've, seen through fall camp, let's get to Boo Carter. What's your thoughts on the Boo Carter situation? How they are attacking
And
that?
so I kind of like it. Kind of reminds me of the Moody Coach Carter.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
so
That's
they're
good.
making
That's a
it
good
make it
analogy.
yeah, they're making him do his stuff, which I like. Holding him accountable, I like.
Yeah,
People are saying, how do you let Nico, not have that opportunity? I think Nico ghosted the program.
yeah.
I
I
mean,
do.
he was unreachable, and the only contact they had with him, from everything I've heard, and I could be wrong, from everything I heard, the only contact they had was that he was entering the transfer portal.
Yep.
And so Heupel even said there was some contact. They did talk. So and as far as I know, I believe he came in and addressed the team and
Yeah.
said what he needed to say. And uh it's not gonna be easy. So he's
No,
got a
it's
tough road, and I think it should be that way.
no doubt, no doubt. I think overall, the I think it helps with team chemistry, like in culture, like
Yeah. Yeah.
seeing him going out there, you know, among his teammates. I saw where he got his helmet back today, but out there among his teammates, putting in the work to get back. And as long as he's communicating with his teammates, the desire to get back and doing everything he needs to do, to
Yeah,
me as a teammate, that would build my respect back
for
because,
sure.
yeah, he may have done something wrong. He may have in the summer or, did something that does not represent the Tennessee program. Well, to me, everyone deserves a second chance and everyone deserves an opportunity to earn that respect back.
For sure.
And I mean, that's even how I am with my players. If I have a player that has given issues and may has an attitude problem, hey, do what you're supposed to do as far as consequences go, earn your respect back, apologize to your teammates, and then
Yeah,
get back to work.
absolutely.
So, I mean, I'm with you. I like the way they've attacked it. Coming in, bringing him with to the facility, making sure he's there with his teammates,
Yes,
but
sir.
off to the side, doing his work and earning his way back.
Absolutely.
Um, what's up, Seth? Welcome back. I appreciate you being here, old Daddy Donnie. You the man. We appreciate you being here on the show or following the show. And I know me and you've been talking about Tennessee baseball and Tyler Mott and his, killing of the Cape Cod League. So, and what we're
Unbelievable.
gonna we'll possibly talk about baseball a little bit at the end and basketball a little bit at the end of the show, but we mainly wanted to get in here and talk about fall camp and recruiting. So, just real quick, let's talk about the two recruits that we got recently. I know, and we're going to go deeper into depth on the recruiting later on in the show. I got a Chaz Simmons clip that we'll bring on and break down from time piece by piece. But talk about Tristan Keys and Hezekiah Harris. So, but what's your thoughts on the two commits we got, Joel White and Salisi Moa?
Huge. Like, huge. Went from 15 to top 10,
Yeah,
just in those 2 guys. I haven't looked and checked after the decommitment, uh, of Sneed. I
yeah.
don't I don't know if that did any damage, but, I
No,
did
I
see
didn't really.
at the same time we offered the guy that's committed to Kentucky, uh,
Yeah,
so I like that. But, dude, I'm incredibly impressed with both those dudes. I think they're gonna be dogs on the field. Like,
yeah,
I fully expect to see them dominating
yeah.
some
And
PT early,
early. And
early.
I
Yeah.
think the attack for both of them is different. I
Yeah.
think Joel is going to be he's going to have his opportunity at safety and early on, and maybe if it don't look right, Tennessee's got a game plan for him to move down to edge. But he's an athlete. He's a stud athlete. He's obviously ranked number I think 80 something in the country, and top 5 athlete in the country. So there's a reason why Tennessee wants him, and because he's an in-state athlete as well.
Yeah.
So it was massive for getting him. The bigger shocker to me, at least. I know when you talked about it, I was talking to Casey on Twitter and a couple of other guys. I didn't think there was a chance.
I didn't either.
Late on, but with Moa, but hey, it shows the perseverance and the attitude of this coaching staff. When they have their eyes set on somebody, they're not going to give up on them. And I was at in service when it happened, and I was like, I told the guys in my Twitter chat, I screamed in service, "Let's go!" I was like, "Let's go!" Tennessee got a recruit, so a top recruit, in fact, and the fact that Tennessee keeps landing these guys, these high 4 stars, 5 stars, it just sets the path for guys like Savion Hyder, Tristan Keys to flip. Tristan Givens, right there, Daddy Donnie, Seth Meredith says we got a chance to flip Tristan Givens. Yes, him too. Hezekiah Harris,
Darius
Gray.
Yeah.
The list just keeps going. If Tennessee wants a top 5, top 3 class, which we fully could do if we, flip the Keys, land the Hiders, and, flip one of those 2 top edge guys, I fully expect we could get a top 5 class. So
absolutely. With Hyder and Keys alone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then to bring on the Harris and the Givens and the Gray, that's just, I don't know how it's not top 3 in that respect.
Oh yeah. You got to just tip your hat and give Coach Heupel, all the scrutiny he had coming into Tennessee, and even I will fully admit, and this is the type of class that I was wanting. Like you got the top QB, you got a top running back if Hyder commits to us, if Keys flips to us. Those are the targets that we should be, getting. And so, if that's the case, we're setting the stage for even better, classes in the future.
100%. The narrative was he can't recruit.
Yeah, that's the narrative.
To be honest with you, when we hired Heupel, I didn't know how I felt about it. Just to be perfectly honest, and when we hired him, I was kind of reluctant because it felt like Danny White was just, bringing his boy from where he was at with him. But Danny White knows what he's doing, apparently, because we're not just a football school anymore. We're an everything school.
Yeah, no doubt.
And he has a lot to do with that. But this recruiting class could be one for the ages.
Yes.
Put us back where we want to be in prominence in that aspect anyway.
Yeah, you think about the last recruiting class we had, Butch Jones, that was top 3. I think it was Jalen Hurd in those class. He was a number 3 class. And we all know the story of Butch Jones, that he recruited stars and not for star power, and not actually guys that would fit the program and, fit the needs Tennessee needed. But, the guys we're targeting, you look at the teams that are going after them.
Yeah.
And I fully expect, we're going to play young guys this year. And those young guys in that recruiting class sees that. That's early opportunity to play for a top-notch team.
Yes, sir.
And
I believe Ange even said it today, maybe. If I'm not mistaken, he said today, the young guys don't have time to be young.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if I'm a guy I want to play in a top tier conference and in school and somebody that was in the playoffs last year and has the prominence of history and I want to play early, like that's what I want to hear from a coach. Like
Yeah.
1000% is what I want to hear.
Well, and we're going to get into Coach Inge here in a second. We're going to pull his clip up. I mean, pull him up, and we're going to break down a few things that he talked about in his conference. Really emphasized, obviously, on the linebackers. Talked a
Yeah,
lot about Edwin Spillman. Talked about the young guys and their opportunity to talk about their opportunity to grow and become better. Let's see. Casey said hiring Inge and Sims has aged super well, especially if we land Hyder. For all
agreed.
the hate that Tennessee's gotten over some of the recruits that they've had that or didn't land, excuse me. These guys have came in. Coach Inge, you think about the linebackers he's got in this class that's coming up.
Yeah,
Braden Rouse and T.J. White, and then the guy Braylon Outlaw, and then the guys that he got in the last class. You talking about recruiting dogs?
dogs.
I mean, straight
Absolute.
dogs. I
Yes, sir.
mean, guys that you want on your defense attacking the opposing team, and I'm looking forward to that defense growing and getting better. And then he brings up Darrell Sims. Peyton Lewis. I know Coach Jerry Mack recruited him, but you got to think about the young guys we got in that room when it talks to Peyton Lewis, and then your guy you were talking about pre-show, DeWanye Morris. How
Yeah,
good he's looking.
I've heard a lot about him.
Yeah, he's showing out in camp early on and
Yep.
taking advantage of opportunities. So I'm right on with you, Casey. I mean, that you could be spot on. I mean, especially if we land Hyder, and then hey, shout out Kelsey Pope, the guy that received crap ton of hate in the offseason for all the guys transferring out and not being able to bring in a high transfer portal guy. Kelsey Pope's just going out there and doing his thing, man.
Absolutely.
They're talking
Tearing it
about
up.
these relationships. That was Salisi Mo's top reason he committed to Tennessee, was his relationship with Kelsey Pope.
That's what he said in his he said it meant everything to him, like that relationship with coach. So that's what that's what we want to hear, especially from big time recruits. We want to hear them say that their relationships with who recruited them, mean everything. So that to me, that's where you want to be.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I think they're definitely starting to pull their weight in the recruiting, and Seth says it here as well with Glenn Ellerby. You talking about David Sanders. I mean, you automatically bring him up, but
Yeah,
some more top 300 guys, and Bennett Warren and Jesse Perry. He wasn't a top 300 guy, but a guy that has came in and worked his butt off and developed. And then
right.
William Sirewhite was a top 300 guy. Transfer portal, Lance Hurd, 5-star guy. These guys, Glenn Ellerby, they're all starting to up the ante. I think Coach Heupels gave them a bullet point that, hey, we need to get to this.
Yep.
We're right here. We saw what Ohio State brings in Georgia and the other top tier teams. We need to get up there with them when it comes
Absolutely.
to recruiting and development of players. So that's spot on, Seth. Casey also Peyton Lewis looks like an NFL running back. You dang right.
That's a bad looking dude, bro.
Hey, that's one of those running backs you want first coming off the bus.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, I'll tag Deshaun Bishop in there. Have you seen his body?
He looks like he's put on some muscle, bro.
That dude is fit. Like he's ripped. He looks like he's ready to be an SEC running back full time.
Looks like a different guy. Yeah.
Yeah, totally different guy. And he's, his mentality he's always had over the last couple of years, the way he, targets practice and targets, the way he goes about his, skill and trying to get better. It's just someone that you like to have in your running back room.
Yep.
All right. So I'm going to pull up Coach Inge's video, listen to a couple minutes of him, and then we'll break it down and we'll talk about it.
That's awesome. Can you just talk about the depth in your room and then what you've seen out of some of those younger backers maybe that you didn't have in the spring through the first 3 days?
Yeah, well, we've been definitely very pleased with the depth that we have in the room thus far. And when it comes to the younger backers, primarily from Jaden Perlotti, Jaden Harmon, who were not here in the spring, it's been a pleasant surprise to see those guys. Probably number one from a preparation standpoint, but also from a skill standpoint, seeing the things that they can bring to the table. It's been really good. And then you throw in Brendan Ains, who actually got to be here during the winter period in the bowl prep and in the spring. It just adds to the depth and to the competition in the room.
Rob did bid.
Coach, I can remember this time last year you talked about Arion, his car being the last one in the parking lot at night in film study. Can you just talk about his growth, like what how he grew the playing time with it, and what kind of player he is now?
Yeah, I think that what you see, he's been probably consistent. It's still been the same scenario. When you come here in the morning, he'll be the first one here. You come here at night, he'll be the last one leaving. And now I think from a leadership standpoint, what he's done is really turn into the player-led organization part of the program, where he's making sure the rest of the guys are doing some of those same things. So it's not just him dealing with the linebackers, but him also dealing with the secondary, the D-line, the O-line, and just his communication that he has around the guys on the team. And that's what you want when you take the next step in leadership. And he's also doing the same thing. We talk all the time where in order for you to be a dominant linebacker, a dominant player that's known, it is about leadership and production, and he's producing on the field as well.
I was going to ask you about Arion and Jeremiah's leadership. It's very evident from the outside looking in. How have those two guys changed as leaders, or have they changed, or maybe found a way to somewhat master leadership qualities?
Well, those are the things that we teach and we talk daily. The one thing that we're teaching and preaching, and from my perspective, leading, is we're always teaching leadership. So from a leadership standpoint, they have evolved into being better leaders. And most of the time that's going to happen with what you have to do with your actions and what you have to do, what you call sweat equity, the work that you put in around your teammates, because everyone's going to see that. You can be a very good leader, but you having to say nothing, but you having to have great actions. If you have great actions, everyone's going to be able to follow you. Luckily, those guys can act and speak now. So that's what you're seeing is a culmination of some of those things that have happened over the last year and a half, 2 years for them.
So, talking about what we just heard there, I think what Coach Inge brings to this linebacker room when it comes to coaching, leadership, everything he instills in his linebackers, it molds you and gets you ready to be a great defense. I think with Arion Carter, Jeremiah Teenlander, obviously Edwin Spillman, and he'll get to that. But between those young guys who have such high potential, and then the veteran leadership that we have in Arion Carter and Jeremiah Teenlander, and we've seen clips of especially Arion Carter getting guys pumped up, ready for practice. That's what you want to see out of your linebackers. So
Absolutely.
Just tag on to that, Joey.
Man, when I saw that video of Carter, giving that pre-practice on day one speech to I was ready to run through a brick wall. I don't know about you, but I like the fact that what he talked about Carter taking like the player led stuff without the coaches even having to say a word about it. I think that's huge. I think that's when you have your locker room where you want it, is when the player can do the things that don't even have to be mentioned, So I think here in a minute, like you said, he's going to talk some more about some of the younger guys, obviously. But I'm loving what Inge is doing with our linebacker room right now.
Oh yeah. Hey, just real quick before you get Coach Inge back going, I put the link in the chat for any of y'all guys that want to come on and talk. As soon as we get through this video, we'll add y'all on and we'll converse with each other about what Coach Inge is talking about and what the early parts of fall camp have looked like. So let's get back to Coach Inge here.
Patrick.
More on your two freshmen, the two bigs. How did you kind of see them handle not being out there in the spring? Did you see them maximize what they were doing mentally, and what does that say about their maturity, physically? What have you seen?
Well, and some of that is for sure the things that I have to be able to do, because you don't know what their level of preparation is, what the level of teaching was kind of beforehand. You can think about what it may be, but I've definitely been pleased, like from a preparation standpoint, to see the work that they put in to make sure that they're right. You can see, like, immediately, Jaden Harmon, he got under the wing of Arian Carter. And, like, it could not have been any better. And to see Perlotte to somehow matriculate to be under the wing of T-Lander. And it's something that I didn't have to really push
I love
to
that.
see, Perlotte and Brennan Haynes get under T-Lander, because they're both playing kind of the Mikish positions. So seeing them, I think their biggest asset has been their level of preparation, because I told them in the spring, you're not getting the physical rep, but you have to get the mental rep. So whenever we go to walkthroughs or into practices, there were some things we would look at one-on-one, and just seeing them understand how it applied. Now that they've had the opportunity to do some of those things, you can see their learning double just in the 4 practices now that they've had a chance to experience it. And with them, you do something good, I tell them, keep it in the jar and keep top on the jar. So when that comes out again, you can remember if it's something that wasn't so good, hey, let's throw it out and remember it needs to be this. And they've been very good with the correction phase.
Talking about that, that's what you want your linebackers to be, leaders. I mean, I talk to my guys all the time. One of my my Mike linebacker, I tell him all the time, I need you to be the most vocal person. Obviously, he makes the calls on defense, but even when we're spread out, we're lined up on defense, or we're in practice, I need you to be the guy that orchestrates the defense and get your guys where they need to be and fired up and make sure they're gap assigned. And so my aspect of what Coach Inge is just saying there, the way these young guys are taking on and getting under the wings of these older guys like Arian Carter, T-Lander, and I know you said it in the background there, you love that, because you're all the time creating leadership.
Yeah.
More and more you get these guys built in, and it's like you think about the top tier elite defenses that every year put out NFL linebackers every year. Well, this is what Coach Inge is building. And
Yes,
I
sir.
want to give credit to G. Marie, who's at Michigan. He started, kind of the recruiting aspect, but he's just built on and making it better. And I love what Coach Inge is doing. You got anything you want to add to that, Joey?
Just like you said, I love for him to sit there and say that he's not even having to ask them to do that. It's just falling into place. That's the culture.
Yeah,
That is the culture that you want to have in your locker room, whatever sport it is, in your dugout, however it is. If you can do that now, you just build on that year after year, and it's just I heard I work at Milan High School, and I heard our basketball coach say this week that he had a guy that had some problems at a different school, transferred in, and had some trouble on the football field too. And they was like, "Hey man, I know he's gonna play basketball, but he's giving us a little trouble here. Well, can you bring him in to basketball? Just go ahead and get him, because he's done with football." He brings him in. He didn't have a single problem out of him, because his locker room told him, "Hey man, we don't do that here."
Yeah, culture. Yeah.
Culture. Like, if your players can go ahead and take care of the stuff that's more time to teach. That's more times to get reps. That's more.
Yeah.
If you got to say the same thing every single day, that, you know, the stuff that you don't want to have to say every single day.
Exactly.
It sounds like Ange is doing exactly what needs to be done.
Facilitate more.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. He's being a coach and coaching his guys, and now every other guy that comes in, it's just like a factory at this point.
Yeah.
But you're producing the same thing every single time, so I love that.
Oh,
It don't get better than that.
It don't. And you think about it. I mean, Rodney Gardner's doing the same thing in the defensive line room. You hear those guys talk. It's
Yeah.
the same thing, and you hear it in every room. I mean,
Yep.
it's a culture, and Coach Heupel's instilled it, and it's expected. It's a standard. So let's continue listening to Coach Ange here.
What do you think's allowed you to stack up so much caliber, whether that's through retaining guys or through recruiting?
Right. It's recruiting is a constant process. So the one thing I want to do in my room is to have the very best platform for everyone to be able to go in and play. And I tell them, if you're prepared and you understand how not to beat yourself, you'll have a chance to play. And
Absolutely.
something I take a lot of pride in for me from a coaching standpoint is putting our players in positions where they all can play. And that's what I tell them in the recruiting process. If you do what you're supposed to do, you're going to have a chance to play. And that's what we want to be able to do. And that's our job now that you have a brand in that Power T, which is the mighty icon of the SEC. You can go into any home and sell them the vision that's very real. And it's a real vision because when they push play, they.
I don't know about you, but I'm ready to fly through a wall right now.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. I'm ready to let's freaking go. I mean, Dave Donnie said he's got him fired up about spending money. I'm ready to just freaking go for the Power T.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that dude may be our future defensive coordinator. Once Tim Banks gets a head coaching job, but this dude, I just love listening to him talk. You know, I just love it. So
yep. Absolutely.
They see it in our reputation, and it really destroys our past.
Eric and Brent.
Evan Spillman obviously missed a lot of time last year, but when healthy, he played. How have you seen him grow from when he came in here to where he is now? And what are your expectations for his role?
Edwin would be what you would call the monster of the room because he doesn't have to speak a lot because you have Arian and T-Lander there. But when he does speak, he is very active. And he is someone who is literally biting the heels off of those guys when it comes to his performance, his actions, his leadership, and his trust level. So he is someone that we have a high regard for when it comes to putting him on the football field.
Love it.
Yeah.
I'm curious how you go about dealing with a room that has a great separation of experience and youth, because obviously Arian and T-Lander have played so much. Then you got four guys who basically have not played hardly at all. How do you manage going at the pace you need to go at, but to make sure the young guys are not swimming and drowning, so to speak, to go at the pace of the veteran guys?
Well, we tell them the life that you're going to be in, it's like you're drinking from a fire hose. But also, I want to make sure that you know, even though some of the guys like Arian and T-Lander, they have playing experience, I keep the heat turned up on them as well, so they don't know that they're an experienced player. What I'm able to do is to give them level 300 questions to some of the situations, and I can keep some of the younger players at level 100 and bring them along slowly but sure. And
yes, sir.
I love that. That's some Bloom's taxonomy type stuff. I mean, you're talking about level 300 type questions, and then you got the younger guys who they're just as talented, but they're new to the process. So you give them level 100 questions, and you expect those older guys, those more experienced guys, to answer those questions, but teach the young guys from those questions, and then that's all it builds into one. So I can't be more pumped up about that.
Absolutely.
As we have time and you endure the growth process, everyone still gets matriculated into the same systems, into the same teachings. So that's been one thing that we've done with our process is a lot of times I do get some time with the young guys, just specifically only them, so I can bring them along. And we also bring in the older guys or the veterans who have played before where they get with them and bring them along. And that's how you become player-led. And for us, that's our mission, is to make sure that the separation isn't so far between the new players that don't have a lot of playing experience, combined with the players that do have a lot of playing experience. Because in our system and our world that we live in, young guys don't have time to be young.
Yep,
There it is.
there it is. And the crazy thing is, there, Joey, he's not the only coach that said that.
No,
in
no,
the
he's
last
not.
2 weeks.
That's right.
Because Coach Heupel said that a couple of days ago, talking to the wide receivers.
Yep.
Telling the wide receivers, hey, you ain't got time to be young.
Right.
You in the fire now. So
Right.
it's you better get ready to go and enjoy the process and take on the process 110% and get better each day. And you expect for your opportunity to come. Don't wait for anybody else. You expect for your opportunity to happen, and the rest will take care of itself. So,
Absolutely.
I mean, so you think about what Coach Inge is talking about there. What we've heard from the other coaches of previous days. What's your aspect of the first few days of fall camp, Joey?
I like what we're doing, but I think, I like how Coach Inge said it, and I hope it's like this for every position group that we have. He said he still puts Carter and T-Lander to the fire, even though they've got. He said he makes it to like they don't have experience. The 300 level questions versus the one, I love that, and I hope every position group is doing the same thing. Because week 3, son, we're gonna get hit in the mouth if we ain't ready.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
I mean, it just is what it is, and I don't plan on, and of course I have nothing to do with it. But as a fan, I would not want Georgia to come in here and kick our tail again.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So a lot of things different this year, obviously. So that chemistry's got to be there. I don't think we have time to take days off, take plays off, take reps off. From everything I'm seeing, it looks like everybody's working hard. Hope to get the guys back they're on the sidelines right now. Hope they can get back and get to the full swing of things, because we're gonna need them.
Yeah, I mean, they're talking about that. I mean, Brazil today, I think they're starting to start his process, the acclimation process. Obviously they got to go through a period. That way, when they really gear up, I know they got a scrimmage next weekend. That way he'll get ready for it. Casey, you think Spillman will pass up JT sometime? Very well could. I mean, no matter what, Coach Inge rotates the guys, and they each get their amount of playing time. But I could definitely see, he talked about it there a little bit, talking about those young guys stepping in and under each other's wings. Harmon following Aaron Carter and Perlotti following T-Lander. Well, just because that one's a Mike, one's a Will. Obviously, they can, integrate, and they should know both assignments. But I really think Spillman could, step in and take on T-Lander's role. But I think those three you're going to see on the field so much, you're not even going to realize who other than the first play of the game.
Right.
Joey, I think you won't recognize who gets more snaps.
I mean,
get about the same amount of snaps. I really feel like.
Yeah, somebody's got to be on the starting lineup, roster, whatever, and whoever that is, really, I don't think it's going to matter. It's kind of like, whoever starts at the running back position for us, we're still probably going to run 2-3 guys. So,
yeah. I mean, and that's right, Casey. I mean, T-Lander has struggled, but you expect, with this offseason to improve his feet work and, get better with his eyes. We talked about it a lot last year, the eyes of the linebackers, that they would get caught up, especially when we played teams like Florida, who did a lot of motion. and cause eye distractions for those linebackers. They got to get better, got to recognize and understand their assignments. And so I think overall they're all three going to be great on defense this year. I think they're all stepped up and taken those appropriate steps to be better. So real quick, Joey, what do you expect going forward the next few days? Something that you would like to see, coming from the VolQuest guys or 247 that something you would like to hear about.
Obviously, I'd like to see Boo get out there and start getting reps with team.
Yeah.
The main thing for me is, I've read as many reports as I could to be ready for stuff like this, when we do our lives and we do
Yeah.
our pre-recorded stuff. So something that keeps coming up in the quarterback room is Aguilar's footwork.
Yeah.
They say he has all the film study prep, all that is as good as it gets, but
Yeah.
they say his feet are what's causing him the biggest causing him the biggest problem. And if he's gonna be the guy, then he's gonna have to have good footwork. So
Yeah.
and like I do, everybody's trying to get used to each other, trying to get the timing and the chemistry. But I hope they put on more steam. I know Jamie Pruitt came up with that or
Yeah.
said that a lot, but I like it. I hope they pick up the pace, put them through the fire because especially with our defense being as good as it's going to be. So if our offense can do something against our defense, I'm excited about that.
Yeah. I mean, no doubt. I think the big thing that we can take on as a program is understanding that, yes, people are thinking we're supposed to take a step down this year. And I mean, in reality, I mean, we're playing a lot of young guys. We got a brand new starting quarterback. We got 4 brand new starting offensive linemen. We got pretty much a whole new wide receiving core that hasn't played a lot other than Brazil.
Yep.
Brand new starting running back. The aspects are there for the media and the outlets to say Tennessee should struggle this year. But you think about the recruiting, the developing, the transfer portal guys we brought in. Us as Tennessee fans, obviously we got our orange shaded glasses on
every time,
but we should be right there at the end of the year. Like we should be. The schedule lines up, the opportunities line up. I mean, it is what it is. The opportunity is there.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Casey put in there. The freshman tight ends look like studs.
They do.
You dang right, man. Every time I see them on video, I'm like, God, we got to find a way to get those guys in the game.
Absolutely.
Did you see that snag today by Miles Kitselman across the middle? That one-handed snag.
Yes, sir.
That dude, I'm telling you, that dude is worth every bit of his 90 overall in NCAA football.
Love that guy.
Yeah, I'm so glad. Alabama will take that tight end.
I wish he would have been here his whole time.
Man,
I wish he would have been here.
Yes, I do too, man. He's an excellent representative of the Power T.
Yeah, everything we stand for.
Everything we stand for, and he brings it every day in practice. Even if he has a doubt, he's going to bring it no matter what.
Yep.
And so, the 2 tight ends, Brame and Jack Van Doorslayer. I think obviously Van Doorslayer, I think, and everybody's talked about it. He's a little ahead of Brame because of the physicality standpoint. He's a little better in the box. He played high-level football down at South Lake Carroll in Texas, so he understands the physicality of high-level football, and he played also on the defensive side. So there's a physicality portion there that Deshaun Brame's not just very much used to, but he's getting there. He came in this fall with a chip on his shoulder, and either way, I think, and you probably agree with this, Joey, I think both guys are going to play. Outside of Miles Kitselman and Ethan Davis, they're really our next 2 guys. So
that's all. Yeah, really, that's all we got.
Yeah. So outside, you kind of mentioned the quarterback room. What else do you kind of want to hear about the next? I know we ain't got a scrimmage until this next weekend, but what else would you want to hear about coming to fall camp?
Man, there's so many. Here's what's crazy. As a Tennessee fan or a fan of any kind, of any sport, of any school, uh, you get nervous when there's not a lot of talk,
Yeah.
when it gets a little quiet. But at
Yeah.
the same time, I love that.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot of talk right now. I mean, you see little. I love that they put out the videos, but at the same time, I hate that they put out the videos
Yeah.
because you don't see the full practice. You don't see everything that's really going on and taking place. But I want to know where we stand in the running back room. I want to because I'm hearing good things about Bishop, but I'm also hearing good things about uh, Morris. That guy might be the steal of the
Yeah.
I guess the class. So
Yeah.
I mean, dude's got
I can
elite
see it.
speed. He's got elite speed.
Yeah.
He's got elite speed, but also Peyton Lewis, man.
Yeah.
That guy just looks he's like and I might get in trouble for this, but he's like a Jalen Hurd 2.0.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I agree. I mean, he's not as tall, but big and bulk and fast.
I think he's faster for
Straight
sure.
line speed. Oh, he is. Straight line speed. That dude.
Dude, is it the 30th yet? Can we
Yeah.
can we get to Atlanta, please?
Yes. Yes. I mean, I'm right there with you, brother. I mean, I'm so pumped. Sam says in his chat right here, we scored 35 points in 2021 in the first 20 minutes of the Missouri game on the road. That was the fifth game any Tennessee player played in Heupel's system. Our new players can do the same. Hey, spot
100%.
on. Yes, yes. These young guys have every opportunity. They have just as much of an explosion. The only difference is you had Hendon Hooker, who we all know what he ended up being,
Yeah.
versus Joey Aguilar. And hey, come on, Joey, bring on down. Price it right that thing and come on down and take the show over.
Please.
Because I think the skills there. Yes, we had Velus Jones, we had Cedric Tillman, Javante Payton in 2021. We had a good stable of running backs at Tyon Evans and Jabari Small,
Yeah.
and Jalen Wright. So you got those guys there, but I think, with this offensive line, the group we have out at wide receiver, the tight ends, as long as the quarterback brings his game, yes, we could do that. I mean,
yeah. That
was the year we also scored like 28 in the first, 20 minutes against South Carolina too. The game, Velus Jones was running wide open all over the field. Javante Payton had his little fake,
that's the play I was just thinking about.
Yeah.
Where he faked the handoff, rolled out, and he's wide open across the court.
Open. Yeah.
Gosh.
So I'm right there with you, Sam. I think the offense, if the quarterback brings what we saw in 2021, yes, Hendon Hooker was great.
Yeah.
But Coach Heupel's shown that he can mold any quarterback. You just got to be accurate. The last two quarterbacks, inability to process the field and deliver the ball late.
Dude, I watched a video today on Twitter. I can't remember who posted it, but they showed Nico overthrowing 10 touchdowns.
Yeah.
He threw 19 touchdowns.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he could have had 30 plus, no doubt. 30 plus. And then I will say there was a few steps of drop. Few counts of drops there.
Well, the ones that they were showing, the ones they were showing today were literally he overthrew them by 10 yards.
Oh yeah, there's a whole
Joe Milton 2.0. What are we on?
Yeah, and you talking about hype videos and this being more of a quiet year as far as hype. I like it because
I love it.
That Joe Milton year, it was hype video after hype video after hype video about Joe Milton. well, let's take the pressure off and let's just go do what we do.
Yeah.
I mean, I love that. So I couldn't agree more with that. Seth says here, Dewanye Morris is going to be going
Agreed.
to PT somewhere this year. No doubt, kick return, in around jet sweeps, punts. If Boo is out, Morris is right on, spot on. I mean, we both agree with you there. I think his work he put in the spring and what he's doing in fall camp has definitely opened up some eyes and showed that hey, he's ready as a freshman. Casey Rajax is going to be a steal. Hey, we both agree with
We've
that.
been saying that. Yeah.
I've been on the Rajax train for 2 years, y'all. I mean,
That man's crazy. Yeah.
But hot take, but I think he'll be the best wide receiver we have on the roster. Hey,
It's not a hot take in this room.
That's not a hot take in this room. I'm right there with you. I think Travis Smith can be a dog too, though. That dude
Did you see him throw Kelsey Pope?
That dude looks like Juwan Jennings. Like dog wise, that dude looks like Juwan Jennings,
except faster.
Yeah, and a little more crispy on routes early on because people forget Juwan Jennings was a quarterback first year on campus.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, late he ended up going to wide receiver, but he was recruited as a quarterback.
He ran a touchdown in the spring game.
Wildcat. Yeah.
Yep.
Sam Schrock, Hooker thought quick and played quick. That was no doubt. I've been saying that for the last 3 years, y'all. That's the reason why Hendon Hooker was great in this offense. That's the reason why Mackenzie Milton was great in Coach Heupel's offense at UCF. That's the reason why Dylan Gabriel was great in his offense at UCF. Knowing the defense, knowing his progression, and reading those progressions, getting the ball open to those windows to where the wide receivers know their reads, know where they're supposed to go. That's what makes offenses elite. That's the reason why Hendon Hooker, Jalen Hyatt, that's the reason why you had wide open wide receivers because he was throwing the windows before the defense even could adjust. So, I mean, Coach Heupel didn't just forget how to coach offense. It's all about the quarterback. I've said it so long. Yes, Alex Golesh, I thought, brought some creativity and was a great gel with Coach Heupel. But I also think Coach Heupel is still his offense, and he knows how to coach offense. So he still knows how to get guys open. There's what we had guys open all last year. Nico, y'all obviously know couldn't hit them. So speaking of dogs, Mo is a dog at wide receiver, stud DB too, but receiver that man is that dude is different.
Yes,
that dude is he's coming to start at wide receiver first. I think they've already told him you're going to get every opportunity at wide receiver, and if it doesn't work out, we'll try you on the defensive side. But
man, like even leading right up to his decision, they were still had him going to Utah.
Yeah,
everybody,
everybody. I mean, they had the whole thing put in.
I was like, when he unzipped that jacket and seen the arms, I about lost my mind.
I'm telling you, I yelled.
Yeah.
I yelled, Joey.
I was so hot.
I said, "Let's go!"
Yeah. I was in my office. I snuck to my office and left RN service so that I could.
Yeah,
I could watch that.
Yeah, I mean, I was pumped. I was no doubt pumped. Sam posted. He said, "I went back and watched the Alabama and Florida game from last year. 25 points left on the board." But overthrows and drops. That only hit me on the Alabama game 2 years ago. That Alabama game 2 years ago was, I mean, we beat Alabama, but we still had the opportunity. Nico in that first half missed overthrow after overthrow. And especially in the Florida game, goodness gracious, we could have blown Florida out early on in that first half. And then the 2 years ago, the Joe Milton game season, Alabama, we had that team beat in the first half, and we could have had 40. Let's see, we put up, what was it? We had 17 points put up on the first half. That could have been every bit of 31.
Absolutely. We shot ourselves in the foot so many times.
And it would have been 31, I think 31-10.
Yeah.
Yeah, that game would have been over. They wouldn't have been able to come back from that. So, yeah. the last 2 years, quarterback play. I know some channels out there just absolutely love Nico, but it's just the truth hurts sometimes, and let's just face it, the quarterback play the last 2 years has been absolute dog crap. So, I mean, I love Joe Milton. That dude gave his all for Tennessee, but his reads, his progressions, quarterback IQ and mentality late in games, that happened the last 2 years.
He relied on his arm strength too much.
Yeah.
He just did.
No doubt. Yeah. Casey says GMAC looks good too. Still needs to put significantly more weight on. Yeah, I know that's Joey's dude. I agree.
That's my guy.
I think his year. He's going in this year with no pressure. I mean, he ain't got no pressure. So
no, just go win it if you want it.
I mean, if you want it, go win it. If not, you're a true freshman. I mean, there's no pressure on you. Go in and do his thing, and but I agree. That dude's got to put on some weight, man. That dude is literally a string bean.
I think they said he's put on like 20 already.
Oh, he's got to at least put on 60, bro. I mean, that dude.
He's little bitty.
Yeah. I mean, and I think he's got the mentality, and obviously he's got the frame to do it. He's just got to do it.
What is he? He's like 6 what?
6'4", 6. No, he's 6'5", 6'5", 6, and he's got the frame and his arm's not the problem. It's just he needs to put on some weight. Nico was a diva, not that good. That's facts.
I love it.
Nico and Joe had the defensive reading comprehension of a third grader. Boy, y'all preaching truth in the chat, but hey, I mean, you think about defensives. You got Caleb Downs on the other side. They're not just going. They can see. It's like I don't want to throw out JG, but I think if he was in Coach Heupel's system, that could do. If he was in Coach Heupel's system for all 4 years, he would have been a totally different quarterback. But his bad tag is that he would eye defenses down.
Yeah,
and that's the reason why he throw pick sixes. Well, it was the same thing with Joe Milton. They did not trust him to throw the ball over the middle of the field.
Yep.
And so it was like screen deep ball. So it is what it is. Hopefully Joey Aguilar, Joey Swag, or Jake, or GMAC, either of the three, hopefully they could prove the SEC and the media wrong and just be, everybody's like Faison, Brandon, he's going to be the guy to come in next year as a true freshman, steal the show. And GMAC and Jake, you got your opportunity, man, right now. I mean, I know Joey's heads on favorite, but go win a job, or if Joey gets hurt, Lord forbid, go out there and show out.
Yep.
I think I think there's every opportunity for the quarterbacks to have a bounce back year.
Yeah.
What would you like to add to that about the quarterbacks, Joey? I mean, you think about all three of them. What would you want to see out of them that we haven't seen the last 2 years?
Obviously, consistency.
Yeah.
Among the sorry teams versus the SEC teams.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. The most success, and you tell me if I'm wrong. The most success that we had was over the middle of the field.
Yeah.
Just
Hendon Hooker's years. Yeah.
Yeah, or even when Nico looked his best last year, it was over the middle of the field.
Over the middle of the field. Yep.
To Dante Thornton. I mean, and also against Vandy, and to me, if we can get those guys to, I think Nico had a JG problem too.
Yeah.
His reads were just trash and staring down routes when he threw his picks that they kept pulling that up after he would throw a pick. They would pull up that he's just staring down receivers and you can't do that. I think if we want to get back to being successful, you look to the sideline and then come across the middle and hit that guy. And anyway, I to be successful in the quarterback room it's got to be quick.
Yeah,
It's got to be everything about Heupel's offense is quick. Everything, the pace of play, getting back to the line, handing the ball off to the. I seen somebody posted the other day where Hendon Hooker and what's his face was running back, and he handed the ball off to him, got tackled, ran the ball straight to the referee and went back. It was instilled in them. Yeah, and we had to slow everything down last year, which put us in a complete. The last 2 weeks, it was really bad last year.
Yeah,
and it's put us in a complete and total. I don't know. I think everybody was. It looked to me like the whole offense was out of sync last year, especially just completely out of sync.
And part of it, I think, was the offensive line. I will give them a little credit. I mean, the offensive line was bad. I mean, it is what it is. So that was part of it. You also saw Heupel install the 12 personnel, which I did like flavors of, but I think it went away from Coach Heupel and that scheme's mentality. Yes, teams started going 3-3 stack, and it causes problems in that scheme. But there's a situation where if you get tempo going, you get the right reads, and you make the process, your progressions. Teams were doing that in 21-22.
Yep.
But we didn't have the quarterback to make the right reads, to make the right progressions. And in 2021, 2022, you saw it. It was all the time. Quick.
And hit open receivers.
Yeah, hitting open receivers and receivers making plays.
Gosh.
So, yeah, I mean, that was obviously a big difference. Casey posted here. It says, do we run the QB more this year? Obviously, I would love to, but it's not really – I mean, Aguilar could be a physical runner, like a downhill runner, but he's not like a – I don't think he has the running capability of even Nico. I mean, Nico was – I thought, he showed toughness in the Ohio State game, but I think – I just don't think the option. I think it's more if you go back and watch McKenzie Milton, his last year at UCF. I think that's what you'll see more, and even Dylan Gabriel's last year at UCF, where it's just a QB pass driven. I think you'll see HB runs, wide receiver, runs, and then quick reads, and then hitting deep balls. I think you got to get back to that.
Yeah.
If we hit the deep balls, the QB accuracy is there on the deep balls, and we make plays downfield, it opens up the rest. So, as Seth says down here, it says Aguilar is similar running stats to Joe. I mean, he could run downhill. He's a physical runner, but he's not the type of guy that make you miss.
He's heavy-footed to me.
Yeah, heavy-footed. Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I think he could do it if he had to, but that's not going to be his forte.
No doubt. Yeah. Casey goes on and says the O-line is deep out of nowhere. Jesse Perry might be the best eval since Heupel's been at Tennessee, in my opinion. I agree, and I think Perry is going to be. He was a 3-star, low 3-star. But I think he's going to be very important for us this year. Swing guy that can play all over the offensive line. Your Dane Davis type, player, except better.
Please be better.
Yeah. Let's see. Sam, all blue chip guys. To Casey, it's an impressive group. You're not lying. I mean, you think about it. Lance Hurd, 5-star left tackle. Wendell Moy, left guard, top PFF transfer portal interior offensive lineman. Whoever ends up at center, whether it be William Sauerwhite, Max Anderson, or Sam Pendleton, And then Shamon, if Pendleton ends up your starting center, it's either Jesse Perry or Sham at right guard, and that Sham was a high 4-star guy. And then obviously we know,
David Sanders.
David Sanders Jr., the top dog in the last recruiting class. So I couldn't agree more. I think the O-line is as deep as it's been, but it's a lot of inexperience in the SEC or just on a college roster. So let's talk a little bit. We're gonna pull up the Chad Simmons. Do you got anything else you want to add about fall camp real quick before we finish up on the Simmons video?
Not much. I would like to. This is just my hot take. I'm not big on Umarov.
Yeah.
I just nothing against the guy, and I think he would try his hardest, but uh, I'm not sold on the guy. I guess is, and
Well,
again,
he's
I
battled
don't have
injury.
to be by any
Yeah.
means, but just in my honest opinion, if there's a first guy out, it's probably him, in my opinion.
Yeah. No, I agree. He's battled injuries throughout his career. So,
Yeah.
he's definitely not got the film there to really show and put confidence in us as Tennessee fans. Me personally, I want William Sarawhite to win the center job and Sam Pendleton win the right guard job, and just roll with
That's
that for the next 2 years.
a nasty lineup.
Unless Moy, I think, Moy's definitely got some more years of eligibility, but he may go to the draft. And this is a contract year for Hurd. I know Austin Price on VolQuest said it. For Hurd to have a great year, if he has a great year, he's a NFL draft pick. It's just as simple as that, because he's got the frame, he's got the talent. It's just he's got to put it all together and stay healthy. Jeremiah's Hurd is in the two deep net. Yeah, that dude is Johnny Jeremiah's mountain. 6'9", 330. Yeah, he's every bit.
That's crazy.
Yeah, seeing that dude on the field, if you ever catch him on the field and where they're doing the video offensive line, you could see the difference. You got 6'5", 6'4" guys, and you got 6'8", 6'9". Jeremiah's Hurd just standing over everybody. I'm right on with you, Joey. You talking about wrapping it up. Offensive line is going to be key. Bringing it all together. They got to get whoever the best five is. They need to get together, and for us, this offense to improve from last year, obviously, that offensive line has got to make massive steps in the right direction. All right, so I'm gonna get to the share portion, and then we're gonna talk about Chad Simmons. And let's see. Let me get to this.
Quick question: what do you think about Witten's son?
I'm liking what I'm hearing as far as the opportunity that Tennessee. Coach Inge obviously has the ability to bring to bring Cooper in the boat. Obviously, I think that's definitely there.
Yeah,
I think if you bounce classes with the class we got now with Braden Rouse and TJ White and Braylon Outlaw, and then you add the class next year with Cooper Witten and I forget the other top linebacker that we got that we're going after in that class. That's back to back classes that you're just stacking these linebacker groups. What was Tennessee great at in the 90s, in the early 2000s?
Oh, no doubt.
Linebackers.
Yes, sir.
We were putting out all SEC NFL linebackers year after year and top interior defensive linemen. That's the reason why Tennessee was known for their defense during those 90s and early 2000s, because we were getting those top tier linebackers like Al Wilson and Leonard Little were actually safeties, but when they got on campus, they moved them down the linebacker because they didn't have the speed for safety. But they had that meanness and intensity that fit perfectly for the linebacker room. So let's get Chad Simmons pulled up here, and we'll break that down and talk about that.
Simmons, we have the director of recruiting here at Rivals ready to go. Today is Thursday, July 31st. I am your host, Josh Newberg. Welcome in. Before we get going, because we got a lot to talk about, hit subscribe to the Rivals Recruits channel. Look at this thing. We all know what happens after commitment season. We're right into flip season. So let's start off with one that we've been talking about on this channel all summer long. Number 1 wide receiver Tristan Keys. He committed to LSU early in the spring, but he took the reason we've been talking about. We're not just talking about him to talk about him, Chad. He took a full slate of summer OVs. So where are we at watching Tristan Keys recruitment as we head into the fall?
Yeah, I say where we're at is where does he go next? We know we expect him not to spend every weekend in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, or every weekend in Baton Rouge, Louisiana at LSU. I think Tennessee, for me, is probably, if there is one school to watch closely or closest, I would say the Vols. I mean, he's close to that staff with Kendall Pope, Josh Heupel, close to quarterback commit Faison Brandon. We expect Tennessee to push extremely hard to work him and get him on campus throughout the season this fall. And then along with Tennessee, Texas A&M is right there. Holman Wiggins not giving up on Tristan Keys. He's been to College Station 4 or 5 times. We think he goes back at least for one game this fall. Miami's hanging around as well. But look, we don't think Keys' recruitment is done. He's committed. There's been reported a new maybe NIL deal with LSU. He feels good about that, but schools aren't going to give up, and we don't think Keys shuts things down anytime soon.
Yeah, this has got to be deja vu all over again for LSU fans. Remember, the number 1 wide receiver in America was committed to LSU last year, DeCorian Moore. He backed off that commitment right before summer. The thing, though, with Tristan Keys, Chad, is we hear a lot about this in the comment section. You know, Tristan Keys hasn't decommitted. I mean, he took all these visits. He went everywhere he could possibly go, but he still remains committed to the Tigers.
Yeah, I mean, LSU's doing all they can to keep him happy, keep his family happy, keep him in this class. I mean, he's close with commitments there at LSU. He knows the staff obviously really well. I mean, we mentioned like NIL, that's a big thing. I mean, all schools are going to compete there as well, and LSU's doing a great job, I'm told, and with that as well. So, look, I mean, there's no signs of him right now. There's been a little bit of chatter. Could he decommit and open things up? Nothing substantial on my end to put a lot into that right now. I think, you know, as everything points right now, he stays committed, goes into the season, LSU commit, and just continues to explore the options to make sure LSU is where he wants to be.
Yeah. Hey, LSU fans got to feel good that he remains committed heading into the season. All right,
All right, so what's your feelings on that, Joey? For all that they just talked about on Tristan Keys?
I got a feeling he might be wearing orange when it comes down to it.
Yeah, I'm liking what I'm hearing, no doubt.
That's not me having orange colored glasses on either. That's me being 100% realistic.
Yeah.
And I mean, again, LSU, if anybody can do it, LSU can do it.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I think you know, the guys that we have in the boat already, talking about Tyreek King, talking about you know, Legend Bay, and you know, Joel White if he somehow ends up over there, and then Salisi Moa. You add Tristan Keys to that group with the Faison Brandon, with the Savion Hyder if he commits to us at running back. What defense is going to be able to stop that? I mean, you talk about an offense that, you know, I'm not an LSU fan, but, you know, you think about the 2019 or the 2022 Tennessee offense.
Yeah.
The guys we had at each position where it was just impossible to stop. Like, you talking about X receiver, Z receiver, A slot receiver, tight end, running back, quarterback, and a stud offensive line, that's when defenses get headaches because
Yep.
it's impossible to stop no matter what type of stud you have. The offense, if you have the studs on that side of the ball, like 2022 Tennessee went up against top tier defenses that made them look like fools.
Oh yeah.
Because the athletes on our side of the ball, the Darnell Wrights, the Jerome Carvins that were on the offensive line, we had solidarity and great skills on all sides of the ball. So sorry about that, y'all, about my text, but you think about what we have coming in and the opportunities of what the guys that are here with the Mike Matthews, the Travis Smiths, Brad Jacksons, the Sean Brames and Jack Van Dorslayers, and the offensive line that we've recruited, guys. Hey, Tennessee, if they can develop and put the classes together and that's when you start seeing that consistency in the playoffs.
Absolutely.
What would you add to that? I mean, you think about that class. What would you think? What's your first thought?
If all that goes our way now, that's us being hypothetical and again wearing those Tennessee glasses. But if all that goes our way, I mean, I don't know about next year, but the following year, I can't even imagine what this would look
28-29?
like.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah.
That would be so dangerous.
Yeah, so dangerous. Yeah, I mean,
I think it was Rouse that got on there and said his after he committed, his number one thing he wanted to do was flip keys.
Yeah.
And so I of course I like guys going after other guys. I like that. So you recruit well, you get other guys that they're not in the boat to get in the boat. So
yeah.
that's dangerous. That's danger waiting to happen. That's what that is.
Oh, no doubt. All right, so let's finish this real quick. Let's see. All right.
Hezekiah Harris. It feels like he's been on Flip Watch a few times already this cycle. What are we watching on Harris heading into the season?
Yeah, really the same stuff we've talked about, Josh, in the past. He's a guy that keeps taking visits and keeps communicating with different schools. Specifically, again, Tennessee's been a hot name with Tristan Keys, had the hot name with Hezekiah Harris. I mean, Florida at one time was viewed as a competition for Auburn as well. But again, like Blaine Bradford, I mean, he has a brother at Auburn University. Auburn's the in-state school. They have him committed right now, trying to hold off that out-of-state school, another SEC program like Tennessee. There's some optimism in Knoxville. They can get this done in the end. I feel like it'll be tough. If Auburn has a pretty good year, builds off the season last year, wins a few close games, gets to that 7, 8, 9, maybe even 10 win mark. If they show improvement, I think it'll be tough to flip him. But if Auburn struggles and battles that 500 season on the Plains and those games go the same way they went last year when they're close, they fall and lose those games, I think Tennessee could become a real true competitor here in the end.
Yeah, I thought at some point over the summer, I thought he actually flipped to Tennessee, but he hasn't yet. So we'll keep on watching that one. All right. I hate to do this to him, but Sac State 4-star wide receiver.
So, I mean, you think about everything Chad Simmons just said about Hezekiah Harris.
Yeah.
You think about the other guys were trying to, get in the boat like Tristan Givens. We got Keys. We already talked about Keys. You add Hyder. There's other guys, Darius Gray. You land guys like that, and there's even a couple more that I haven't mentioned, or you haven't mentioned, like Joel Combe. I mean, not Joel Combe. Not Joel Combe. Because he's committed to Tennessee. Craig Tutt, the other in-state safety. Obviously, we're going to keep going after him. Still going after the guy that committed to South Carolina a couple weeks ago, Kamari Blair from in-state as well. those are guys that Tennessee's not going to give up on. I think going down the road, if South Carolina struggles or Auburn struggles with Hezekiah or Texas A&M struggles or Ole Miss, there's obviously room as long as you're keeping that communication going.
Yep.
I mean, I can fully see Tennessee adding other guys, and striving and going after that top 5 class. And I'm pumped. I am so freaking pumped going into the 20. I can't wait for this year.
Right.
It's like you said, 28, 29, 27, 28, 29. The amount of talent that's going to be on this roster, it's going to be insane. Like as long as we don't lose guys to the transfer portal and we keep bringing a few guys here and there in the transfer portal and hold on to these recruits. That's what I'm talking about earlier, that consistency in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And then you find the right year, like 2022, if we could have had the defense from last year, 2022's offense, that's a national championship team. No doubt.
I mean, I'm looking halfway through the season, and it's a potential that Tennessee's undefeated.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that I got us beating Georgia, but I think we can beat Georgia.
Yeah.
I think we're going to shock the mess out of a lot of people, especially on the offensive side of the ball. I'm excited. I think the potential is there. And he was talking about Auburn being good. Man, they got a lot to, and they can obviously. I know they got a new
talent.
They got a new quarterback coming in. But
yeah, they got some stud wide receivers, and obviously Hugh Freeze has got a lot to prove still down there, and
he's on the hot seat.
Yeah, he's on the hot seat.
He's on the hot seat, and that usually puts a lot of unnecessary pressure on guys to coach, and then also players feel like they have to perform to unsustainable achievements. Like they're not they're putting they're trying to reach for the stars. Unrealistic, way unrealistic.
Yeah.
So that's tough on that whole program.
Well, I mean, you think about real quick, and we're fixing to wrap up, but the goals that Tennessee's put forth on themselves. Well, you go out, you overcome expectations of 2021. Obviously, you overcame expectations of 2022. Once 2022 happened, the expectations change. Like you have a standard. Obviously, Tennessee has a set standard as a program.
Yeah.
Our T has a set standard. But coming from where we were, once 2022 happened, there should be nothing less. Like I understand years fluctuate. It is what it is, but the standards should be there and higher. And I know me and you as Tennessee fans, we expect it to be up here, competing in the playoffs every year and trying to win championships. But hey, Coach Heupel and staff, as obviously, and Danny White, what he does for the program, they got the ball rolling, and they bright future for Tennessee football now and in the years to come. So, guys, I appreciate everyone that followed in the chat and communicated in chat and brought on some questions and conversation topics. I'm still waiting for someone to come on live with us. I've put the chat in there a few times. Maybe next week when we go live, some guys come on. I know a couple guys text me, said they had something come up. They weren't going to be able to make it. But hey, I thought overall it was a great show. Hit several.
Absolutely.
Talked about coaching, talked about recruiting, and then talked about fall camp. Guys, hey, I love the Power T. I love talking about it, and it's a blessing that we get to get on here and talk about it every day, or as many days as we can. I know after this I'm about to crash because it's been a long day. So, like I was at the locker room this morning at 8:00, getting
Oh yeah.
coolers ready and tape ready, getting all the good stuff and making sure the ball bag's set up and all that. So, but hey, at the end of the day, I get to put on this Power t-shirt and talk about my Vols, and got my baby girl Oakley over here. Oakley, come here. If this don't make you day every day, you coming up here, get to spoil and have a good time with. So, y'all have a great day. As always, y'all have a blessed day. Go Vols, go Big Orange, and
Go Vols, baby.
we'll see y'all next time on Rocky Top Sports Talk.
Quit asking me questions. Yeah, I know you, but we ain't friends. Quit asking me questions. Yeah, we in this section, but you can't get in. Quit asking me questions. Yeah, I got the new Chrysler, blue as a 10. Quit asking me questions. I'm tired of these questions. Asking me questions.